Welcome, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. There's warm silence.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply echo back their glad refrain. Chelsea stay on Gloria, Chelsea stay on. Shepherds, why this jubilee? Why your joy restrains the one? Say what neighbors might be, which inspire your heavenly songs. Gloria, Chelsea stay on. Come to Bethlehem and see Him whose birth the angels sing. Come adore on bended knee Christ our Lord, the newborn King. Gloria in Chelsea stay, Gloria in Chelsea stay. That's it. Hey ho, nobody home, needs nor drink nor money have I none, that I will be happy, very happy. Hey ho, hey, hey ho, nobody home, hey ho, nobody have I none, yet I will be happy, very happy. Yet I will be happy, very happy. Yet I will be happy, very happy. Drink nor money have I none. Yet I will be happy, very happy. Yet I will be happy, very happy. Merry little, merry, very fast, merry little heart be light. Merry Christmas, all on a winter's night. Merry, merry, merry Christmas, merry little heart be light. Merry Christmas, all on a winter's night. Merry, merry, merry Christmas, merry little heart be light. Merry Christmas, all on a winter's night. Merry, merry Christmas, merry little heart be light. Merry Christmas, all on a winter's night. All on a winter's night. All on a winter's night. Shall we do this?
Are we getting Sarah? Oh, okay. Hello, Sarah. Mary.
What's no secret? I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning. And what was in these ships all 3 on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day? And what was in these ships all 3 on Christmas Day in the morning?
Our Savior Christ and His Lady on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Our Savior Christ and His Lady on Christmas Day in the morning.
His lady?
His mother.
Oh, thanks. But wait a sec, I'm still confused. I thought that he was born in a barn, and the barn was in the desert. So what the heck are the ships for?
They might not have been boats at all. A camel's called a desert ship. A donkey might be called that too. I'll look it up in the morning.
Thanks.
Don't mention it.
One more thing. Why were there 3?
'Cause 3's a really good number.
And all the bells on earth shall ring.
Bong,
Ding dong.
on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day, and all the bells on earth shall ring, for camels or donkeys or babies or boats or anything. On Christmas Day, in the morning.
Boom.
Pudding going about. It smells very good.
It's very good. Thank
Thank you very much.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding and a cup of good cheer. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some.
We mean it. We're very determined, also very hungry, very cold, and we love figgy pudding, and we'll stay here on your doorstep all night
if necessary. So bring it right here.
Oh, manners!
That's better.
Thank you so much. Merry Christmas,
Tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Shall we gather in, please? Don't be shy. Don't cry. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our very cautionary tale of Ebenezer Scrooge. A squeezing, wrenching, grasping, scraping,
blushing, covetous old sinner. Hard and sharp as flint, from which no steel could ever struck out generous fire. Secret, self-contained, and solitary as an oyster.
For God's sake, man, one is not allowed to be so glum in the presence of figgy pudding. You're scaring the children.
I'm simply setting the tone for what is to come. For these people are about to embark on a most terrifying journey, from which no warmth can warm, and no wind blow more bitter, and no pelting rain.
Yes. Perhaps you could introduce their tour guides and let them be on their way. Oh, they're beginning to sober up from their cider.
Throughout this journey, you shall travel from room to room. You go from day to night, from year to year, from life to death. You'll be led by 4 ghost guides. Follow the rules, or there will be consequences. Stay together. In case of an emergency, find a ghost guide who can help you for a price. Once you have arrived in your position, there will be no talking or the making of any distracting noises, including jangling or fidgeting with your mobile devices, coughing, or breathing. And do not even consider photography of any kind, for if you try to capture our souls, we will capture yours. We are watching you. And the ghost guides do not like to be interrupted. If you turn your attention to the hallway and have a Merry Christmas.
Stay together.
my coal, Mr. Cratchit. Shall have to ask you to seek employment elsewhere. 1, 2, 3,
You a Merry Christmas.
4,
We wish you a Merry
5,
Christmas. We wish you a
6, 7.
Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you.
Humbug.
Christmas of a humbug. Uncle, surely you don't mean it.
I do. Merry Christmas. What right do you have to be merry? You're poor enough.
Come then. What right do you have to be dismal? You're rich enough.
Humbug.
Don't be cross, Uncle.
How else should I be when I live in a world such as fools as this? Merry Christmas. Out upon Merry Christmas. What right do you have to be merry? Is Christmas time to you another time for paying bills without money? Being a year older and not an hour richer? So if I could work my will, every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips, they should be boiled in their own pudding and barreled with a stake of honey through their hearts.
Uncle!
Nephew! Keep Christmas in your own way and let me keep it in mine.
Keep it. But you don't keep it.
Let me leave it alone then. Much good has it done you, much good has it ever done you.
There are many things from which I might have derived good, but which I have not profited, I dare say, Christmas among the rest. But I am sure I have always thought of Christmas time as a good time, a kind, forgiving, charitable, pleasant time. The only time I know where men and women seem to open their shut-up hearts freely and think of people below them as not another race of creatures bound on other journeys. Therefore, Uncle, though it has never put a scrap of gold or silver in my pocket, I do believe it has done me good, and I say God bless.
Oh, bravo, sir, well spoken. If I hear another sound out of you, you will be celebrating Christmas looking for a job.
Yes, sir.
You're quite a powerful speaker, young man. It's a wonder you didn't go to Parliament.
Don't be angry, Uncle. Please come down with us tomorrow.
Let's see you hanged first.
But why?
Why did you get married?
Because I fell in love.
Ah! Because you fell in love. Good afternoon, sir.
Nay, Uncle. But you've never come to see me before that happened. Why give it as a reason?
Good afternoon.
I want nothing from you, and I ask nothing of you. Why can you not be friends?
Good afternoon.
Well, I am sorry with all of my heart to find you so resolute. We've never had a quarrel at the Ivan party. But I've made my trial in homage to Christmas, and I will keep my Christmas humor to the last.
Good afternoon.
Merry Christmas, Uncle. And a Happy New Year. Merry Christmas to you as well.
Merry Christmas, Fred.
Scrooge and Marley's, I believe. Have I the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Mr. Marley died these 7 years ago. He died 7 years ago this very night.
We've no doubt his liberality is well represented in his surviving partner.
At this festive season of the year, Mr. Scrooge, we should make some slight provisions for the poor and destitute who suffer greatly at the present time. Many hundreds of thousands are in want of common comfort, sir.
Are there no prisons?
Yes, sir, plenty of prisons.
At the union workhouses, are they still in operation?
They are. I wish I could say they were not.
Good. Forgetting what you said, I thought that maybe something had occurred to stop them in their useful cause. I'm very glad to hear it.
Yes, well, a few of us are endeavoring to raise a fund to buy the poor meat and drink and means of warmth. We chose this time above all others when want is keenly felt and abundance rejoices. What can I put you down for?
Nothing.
Oh, you wish to remain anonymous?
I wish to be left alone. Did you ask me what I wish for, gentlemen? This is my answer. I don't make merry at Christmas time, nor can I afford to make idle people merry. They support the institutions which I mentioned. They cost enough, and those who are badly off should go there.
But, sir, many can't go there.
And many would rather die first.
If they had rather die, then they should get on with it and decrease the surplus population. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Quiet. Quiet! Quiet! Quiet up there! Imbecile! How's a man to get any work done around here with all this racket?
It's closing time anyway, Mr. Scrooge.
So it is. You'll be wanting all of tomorrow off, I suppose.
If it's quite convenient.
But it's not convenient. It's not fair. If I were to dock you half a crown for it, you'd think yourself ill-used, I'll be bound. But you don't see me being ill-used if I pay a day's wages for no work.
Only once a year, sir.
Poor excuse for picking a man's pockets every 25th of December. Be on time tomorrow morning.
Oh, I will, sir. Yes, sir. And you have a very...
Do this, Mrs. Dilbert, do that.
Mrs. Dilbert! Did you hear that?
What, Master Scrooge?
Hey, it sounded like a cry.
Like what? Oh, I did hear a cat outside earlier. Seemed pretty fresh, if you know what I mean.
Oh, there it is again. You must have heard that.
Master Scrooge, are you all right? You may be coming down with something. Let me get you another blanket.
I don't need another blanket. I just thought I thought I heard Marley's voice.
Jacob Marley? Master Scrooge? He's been dead for nearly
7 years, yes I know. Now get on with you and leave me to my gruel.
Do you need me to stay overnight, sir?
I said get on with you so I can be done with this blasted day and all of its nonsense.
All right. All right. But I'll check on you in the morning, sir. And Merry Christmas to you.
Humbug! Ghost! It's a humbug still. I won't believe it. I won't. I do believe it. I do. Mercy, who are you?
Ask me who I was.
Who were you then?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley. You don't believe in me?
I don't. You could be a bit of undigested beef, a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, a fragment of an underdone potato. There is more gravy than grave about you. I do believe you.
It is required of every man that the spirit within him should walk abroad among his fellow men. And if that spirit goes not forth in life, it is condemned to do so after death. It is doomed to wander the world. Oh, woe is me. And to witness what it cannot share, but what might have shared on earth as happiness.
You are fettered. Why?
I wear the chain I forged in life.
life.
I made it link by link and yard by yard. I girded it on my own free will. Is its pattern strange to you? Or do you know the weight and length of the strong coil you bear yourself? It is a ponderous chain.
Oh, speak kindly to me.
I have none to give, nor can I tell you all I would. Very little much is all permitted to me. I cannot rest. I cannot stay. I cannot linger anywhere. No rest, no peace, incessant torture of remorse. Not to know that no space of regret can make amends for one's life's opportunities misused. Yet such was I. Oh, such was I.
But you were always such a good man of business, Jacob.
Business! Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, mercy, forbiddance, and benevolence were all my business.
Oh, this time of the rolling year I suffer most. Why did I walk through crowds of fellow beings with my eyes turned down, never to raise them towards heaven? Blessed star which led the wise men to a poor abode. Hear me! My time is almost gone.
Please, you were always a good friend to me, Jacob.
I have come here tonight to warn you that you have yet a hope and a chance of escaping my fate. A hope and a chance of my procuring Ebenezer.
Thank you.
You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
Oh, I think I'd rather not.
Without their visits, you cannot hope to shun the path I tread. Expect the first when the bell tolls 1.
Couldn't I have them all at once and be done with it?
Expect the second when the bell tolls 2, and the third when the last stroke of 3 had ceased to vibrate. Then look to see me no more. And look that for your own sake, you remember what has passed between us. Good night, Ebenezer.
Are you the ghost that was foretold to come?
I am.
Who and what are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past.
No. Your past.
Huh? Well, what business do you have here?
Your welfare.
I'm much obliged, but a good night's sleep would have done me more good.
Your reclamation, then. Take you. Rise. And walk with me.
I was a boy here. Oh, now those 1,000 odors floating through the air. Each one brings 1,000 hopes, joys, thoughts, and cares. No, none forgotten.
Your lip is trembling. And what is that upon your cheek?
Nothing, it's a pimple. Lead on.
You recollect the way?
Recollecting I could walk it blindfolded.
Strange to have forgotten it for so many years. A solitary child, neglected by his friends.
I know it. It is my poor forgotten self.
Rotten geek face! Stupid rat bag!
Poor boy. I don't think it never mind.
What is the matter?
There was a boy outside singing Christmas carols, and I would have liked to have given him something.
Let us see another Christmas.
Dear brother, Ebenezer, I've come to bring you home.
Home, little fan?
Yes, home for good and all, home forever and ever. Father's so much kinder than he used to be, and he spoke so gently to me one dear night that I was not afraid to ask once more if you might come home. And he said yes, and he sent me to coast to bring you. And you're to be a man and to never come back here. But first we're to be together all Christmas long and have the merriest time in all the world.
Oh, you're quite the woman, little fan.
Always a delicate creature whom a breath might have withered.
Yes,
But she had such a large heart.
she had.
She died a woman. And had, I think,
One child.
true, your nephew Fred.
Yes.
You're her there, Ebenezer.
Do you know this place?
I was apprenticed here. That's old Fezziwig. Oh, Fezziwig alive again.
Yo ho, my boy. No more work tonight. It's Christmas Eve. Let's have the shutters up.
It seems as though it's been short of trinkets at this point. Ah, trinkets. You are going to put them on and become a part of our work. Marvelous. Simply breathtaking. Those fit Yes, very natural. Mere observers, no more shall you be. As in this room, an enchantment lies. Adorn your trinkets and play your part, else Ebenezer's chains be pulled forever.
Welcome all. Welcome. Coming out of the cold. Come. Come. It's time to dance and be merry. Mr. Fezziwig. How are you, Mrs. Fezziwig? Oh, I'm fine. Thank you. I appreciate the invitation, my sir.
Well, of course.
Welcome. Come in. Time to dance. Ebenezer. Hello. Mr. Fezziwig. Always good to see you, though. Here we go.
Miss Fezziwig, may I have a dance?
Oh, Dick Wilkins, I thought you never asked. Let's get attached.
Yo-ho, my friends! No more work tonight! Christmas Eve, Dick! Christmas, Ebenezer! Yes. Tonight, let us celebrate our labors and those who labor with some Christmas sagacity! And I humbly offer as thanks, drink, dance, and a turkey the size of my dear wife. Come, Mrs. Fezziwig. Let's come a ride. Let's do this. Fezziwig. Hello, my dear. Yes. Ebenezer, come. Oh, you got you for the stage. I did.
Belle, you look radiant tonight.
Ebenezer, good fellow. Don't waste this beauty on the jog trotty. Let's thread the needle.
A Merry Christmas to us all!
And to all, a good night. Thank you all for coming. A Merry Christmas, one and all.
Such a small matter to make these silly folks so full of gratitude.
Small!
Why? Is it not? He spent but a few pounds of your mortal money. 3 or 4 perhaps. Is that so much that he deserves this praise?
It's not that. It's not that, Spirit. He has the power to make our lives happy or unhappy, to make our services a pleasure or a toil. Say his power lies in words and looks, things so slight and insignificant, it is impossible to add or count them up. What then? Yeah. He has the power, and he has so much happiness to give. It is greater. It is greater than an entire fortune.
What's the matter?
It's just that I would like to have said a word or two to my clerk just now. Doesn't matter anyway.
Our time grows short. We must see another Christmas. Ah, but sadly the enchantment ends here. Collect the trinkets, friends, and make haste, else my journey is unfulfilled.
me. And if it can cheer and comfort you in time to come, as I would have tried to do, I have no just cause to grieve.
What idol has displaced you?
The golden one.
This is the even-handed dealing of the world. There is nothing on which it is so hard as poverty. And there is nothing which it professes to condemn with such severity as the pursuit of wealth.
You fear the world too much. All your other hopes have merged into the hope of being beyond the chance of its sordid reproach. I have seen your nobler aspirations fall off one by one until the master passion gain engrosses you, have I not?
What then? I'm not changed towards you, am I?
Our contract is an old one. It was made when we were both poor and content to be so until in good season we should change our worldly fortune by our patient industry. You are changed. When it was made, you were another man.
I was a boy.
That which promised happiness, when we were one in heart, is fraught with misery now that we are two. How often and how keenly I have thought of this, I will not say. It is enough that I have thought of it, and can release you.
Have I ever sought release?
In words? No, never.
In what then?
A changed nature, and an altered spirit, and everything that ever made my love of any worth or value in your sight. If this had never been between us, tell me, would you seek me out and try to win me now?
You think not?
I'd gladly think otherwise, if I could. But can I believe that you would choose a dowerless girl, you who weigh everything by gain? I cannot. And I release you, with a heart full of love of him who you once were. You may, what's past, that makes me hope you will, have pain in this. Very, very brief time, and you will dismiss the recollection of it gladly, as an unprofitable dream from which it happened well that you awoke. May you be happy, the life you have chosen.
Why do you delight in torturing me?
I told you. These are the shadows of the things that have been. But they are what they are. Do not blame me.
Show me no more! Your face. Your face. I see in your face fragments of all the faces you have shown me so far. Take me back. Show me no more. Haunt me no longer!
Oh, come in. Come in and know me better, man. I am the ghost of Christmas present. Look upon me. You have not seen the like of me before.
No, never. Spirit, is there a particular flavor in which you sprinkle from your torch?
There is. My own.
Would it have anything to do with dinner on this day?
To any kindly given, to a poor one most.
Why a poor one most?
Because it needs it most.
Spirit, if you shall conduct me in these teachings, let me profit on it these days.
Touch my robe.
What else can I be in the world of foods? This. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas out on Merry Christmas. It's Christmas time to you. At the time for paying big gnome. Finding yourself a year older and not an hour richer. If I could work my will, every idiot that goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled in his own pudding and embarked with a stake of holly through his heart.
Darling, he really said all of that.
He said Christmas was a humbug as I live, and he believed it too.
Well, more shame for him then, Fred.
He's a comical fellow, that's true.
Yes, he is.
And not as pleasant as he might be. However, his offenses carry their own punishment, and I have nothing to say against him.
Well, I have no patience with him.
Nor do I.
Have you met him?
No. But my sister has no patience for him. So I have no patience for him.
Well, I have. And I am sorry for him. I couldn't be angry with him if I tried.
Oh, well, I could. The way that man treats you, and you've been nothing but a kind friend to him.
And he suffers for his own ill whims, himself, always. Here, he takes it into his head to dislike us and won't come dine with us. What's the consequence?
He misses a very good dinner indeed.
Yes, here. You have something to say on the matter, Topper.
We bachelors are wretched outcasts. I have no right to express an opinion on the subject.
Rubbish! I no more believe you have no opinion than I believe you to be a humbug yourself.
Oh, dear, do go on. He never finishes what he begins to say. He is such a ridiculous fellow.
I was only going to say that the consequences of taking a dislike to us and not making merry with us is, as I think he loses on some pleasant moments which would do him no harm. I mean to give him the same chance every year, whether he likes it or not, for I pity him. He may rail at Christmas till he dies, but he can't help thinking better of it, finding me go there, good temper, year after year. Saying, Uncle Scrooge, how are you? I think it shook him yesterday.
Oh, pooh. Enough of this dreary sentimentality. Let's play yes and no.
Yes and no.
Oh, can we stay a bit longer? This cannot be done.
Now, here's how you play yes and no. Fred will think of something.
Yes.
And the rest of us must find out why.
Oh. But only I can answer your questions. Yes and no.
Is it an animal?
Yes.
Is it a disagreeable animal?
Yes.
Is it a savage animal?
Yes.
Can it talk?
Sadly, yes.
Does it live in London?
Yes.
Does it perform in a show?
No.
Is it a horse?
Not a horse.
Is it an ass?
No, it's not an ass.
Is it a tiger?
Not a tiger, no.
Oh, a bear.
Not a bear.
A pig!
I have found it out.
You have now.
I know what it is, Fred.
What it is?
It's your Uncle Scrooge.
It most certainly is. Yes.
It's not fair! When we said it was a bear, you should have said yes!
I really should have, Fred.
Well,
Right.
he has definitely given us plenty of merriment.
Yes, he has.
And it would be ungrateful not to drink to his health. To Uncle Scrooge, a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to the old man, wherever he is. He wouldn't have it from me, but may he have it nonetheless. Yeah. To Uncle Scrooge.
To Uncle Scrooge. Shall we leave this scene of hard snappery?
Oh, Spirit, do we have to leave so soon?
There is much more to see.
Yes,
Come,
he was right.
touch my robe.
That was quite fun, dear.
He is an ass, though.
Every
all of it.
Let's
continue playing. Someone else pick something. Lily, why don't you?
Me think of something. Oh, fine. Got it.
Okay. It's the... It's the thing.
No.
No. Is it the person?
No. It's a thing in a sense.
It's an animal,
What's a thing? What's an animal? No.
Is it nothing?
Papa. It is something.
My dear, you've had too much to drink.
No, my dear, you've had too much to drink, dear. It's a thing. It's a thing. Something intangible. A proper thing. Proper thing. A proper thing.
Whose house is this?
Your clock's. And it smells delightful.
What is keeping your father and Tiny Tim? And Martha wasn't nearly this late last Christmas.
Oh, here's Martha, Mother.
Martha, there's such a goose.
Such a Seems alive. Here you are, Martha.
We'd great to the to finish up at the factory.
Well, never you mind to sit by the fire and have a warm.
No, there's Father coming.
Hide, Martha, hide.
Tidings of comfort and joy. Oh, Merry Christmas, Father. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, my loves. Well, yeah, where's our Martha?
Not coming.
Not coming? Not coming on Christmas Day?
Oh, don't be disappointed, Father. It's only a joke.
And now did little Tim behave?
Oh, good as gold and even
You know, somehow he gets thoughtful, sitting by himself so much. And he gets the strangest news you ever heard. Why, he told me, coming home, that he hoped people saw him in church because he was a cripple. And it might be pleasant for them to remember upon Christmas Day who it was that made lame beggars walk and blind men see.
Oh.
Oh, but Tiny Tim is growing strong and hearty. And a hearty lad deserves a hearty meal. Oh, yeah, here's a chair for you. Mr. Goose. Oh, I didn't see you. Oh, bring us the goose.
Bring us the goose. Bring us the goose.
Ah, the festive fowl. And a fine looking one it is, my dear. Ooh, but who should have the first taste? There we are. Ready or ready, Master Tim? All Camden Town awaits.
It's delicious.
Ah, how shall we proceed?
Why, wait. Let's bring out the pudding.
Oh, bring us a little pudding. Bring us a little pudding.
Bring us a biggie pudding.
I can't look, I'm too nervous.
Oh, I'm sure it will be fun.
I can't watch. Suppose it may not have set.
Oh, what a splendid what a marvellous what a wonderful pudding.
Well, that's quite the weight off my mind. I had my doubts about the quantity of the flour.
Ah, you did you?
Why such a small pudding for such a big family?
Shh. They'd think it heresy to say it. Any Cratchit would blush to even hint at such a thing.
A Merry Christmas, my loves, and God bless us.
God bless us.
God bless us, everyone.
All right, who's ready to tuck it, eh?
Can we expect that? Tell me that Tiny Tim will live. I see a vacant seat at the poor chimney corner, and a crutch without an owner carefully preserved. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die.
No! No, say it is not so!
If he be like to die, he had better do it, and decrease the surplus population. Man, if you be man in heart, not adamant, forbear that wicked phrase until you have discovered what the surplus is and where it is. Will you decide what men shall live, what men shall die? It may be that in the sight of heaven, you are more unfit to live than this poor child.
To Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
The founder of the feast, indeed. I wish I had him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon. I'm sure he'd have the appetite for it.
My dear, the children, Christmas Day.
It should be Christmas Day, on which one drinks the health of such an odious, selfish, hateful man as Mr. Scrooge. You know he is. Nobody knows it better than you.
Yes, my dear, please.
I'll drink to his health for the day's sake and yours, but not his. Long life to him, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. He'll be very merry and happy, I am sure of it.
You know, Master Peter, I have my eye on a situation for you. One that'll bring in a full 5 and 6pence weekly.
A full 5 and 6pence weekly?
Yeah.
All week we've been attaching holly to bonnets. Why, on Christmas week we work 12 hours a day. But tomorrow, I shall lie abed all morning. After all, it is a holiday.
Yes. Master Tim, favour us with a song, will you? Something to aid our digestion.
God rest ye, Sister Martha, and let nothing wake you up. Till goose be on your dinner plate and rum be in your cup. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Bravo, sir, bravo. The night grows longer, I can feel it. Have you grown older?
My life upon this globe is very brief. It ends tonight.
Tonight?
Hark, the time is drawing near. Touch my robe.
Forgive me if I am not right in saying so, but there is something protruding from your robe that is not of this world. Is it a foot or a claw?
It may be a claw, for the flesh there is upon it. Look here.
But are they yours?
They are man's, and they cling to me. This boy is ignorance. This boy is want. Beware them both, and all of their decree. But above all else, beware this boy, ignorance most. For on his brow I see that written which is doom, unless the writing be erased. Deny it, slander those who tell it ye, and bide the end.
Have they no refuge or recourse?
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses?
And you, the ghost of Christmas yet to come. Oh, ghost of the future, I fear ye most of all than any spectre that I have seen. But since I know your company is here to do me well, and I hope to become a better man than what I was, I shall bear your company and do it with an open heart. Will you not say something? Lead on. Lead on. The night is waning fast and I have but little time. Lead on.
No, I don't know much about it either way. I only know he's dead.
When did he die?
Last night, I believe.
Why? What was the matter?
God knows.
What do you do with his money?
I haven't heard. Left it to his company, perhaps. He hasn't left it to me, that's all I know. It's likely to be a cheap funeral, for on my life, I can't think of a single person who'd go. Suppose we volunteer.
I'll go if a lunch is provided, but I must be fed if I'm to attend.
Well, I'm the most disinterested of imaginary attendees, as I never eat lunch.
What do you want?
Look here, old Joe, here's a chance.
Give me a minute. There ain't no such bones as old as these.
Every person has a right to take care of themselves. He always did. Who's the worst of the loss of a few things like these? Not a dead man, I suppose.
No, indeed.
He wanted to keep these after he was dead, wicked old screw. Why wasn't he more natural in his lifetime? If he had been, he'd had someone to look after him when he was struck with death instead of lying there gasping out his last alone for himself.
Oh, it's the truest word that was ever spoke. It's a judgment on him.
Open up the bundle, old Joe. Let me know the value of it. Speak out plain. It's no sin to help yourself.
Two sleeve buttons. A brooch of little value. Some sheets. A little apparel. 2 silver teaspoons. And some boots. I always give too much to the ladies. It's a weakness of mine and it's how I ruin myself. But here's your account. And not a 6 more.
No, these sheets are worth twice that.
I hope he didn't die of anything catching.
Oh, don't you be afraid of that. I ain't so fond of his company that I'd have loitered about him for such things if he did. Or you can look through that shirt till your eyes ache and you will not find a hole in it, nor a threadbare place. It's the best he had, and it's a fine one, too. They'd have wasted it if it hadn't been for me.
What do you call wasting it?
Putting it on to be buried, for sure. Someone was fool enough to do it, but I took it off again. Well, that's the end of it, you see. He frightened everyone away from him when he was alive.
To profit us when he was dead. Spirit, I fear that these unhappy shadows may be my own.
Took a child and set him in the midst of them.
I must rest my eyes. I wouldn't show weak eyes to your father when he arrives for all the world. It must be near his time.
Past it rather, but I think he's walking a little slower than he used to these past few evenings of late.
I have known him to walk with... I have known him to walk with Tiny Tim very fast indeed.
And so have I, often.
And so have I. And he was very light to carry, and your father loved him so that it was never a bother. And there's your father at the door.
Don't be grieved, Father.
Oh, no, I'm not. It's good to be here with you all. Thank you, my dear. The needlework is progressing nicely. It should be done by Sunday.
Sunday? You went today then?
I'll do, my dear. And I wish you could have gone too. It would have done you good to see how green a place it is. But you'll see it often. I promised him I would walk there on a Sunday. Oh, child. I met Mr. Scrooge's nephew today on the street. I've scarcely seen him before but once. But on seeing me, he said, I looked just a little down, you know. On which, because he is the pleasantest spoken gentleman you ever heard, I told him. And he said, I am heartily sorry for you, Mr. Cratchit. And heartily sorry for your good wife. How you ever do that, I don't know.
Knew what, my dear?
I think you were a good wife.
Everybody knows that.
Well observed, my boy. I hope they do. If I can be of service to you in any way, he said, this is where I live. Pray, come to me. And then he gave me his card. It really seemed as if he had known Tiny Tim and felt with us.
I'm sure he's a good soul.
Well, it shouldn't surprise me at all if he helped Peter get a better situation, huh?
And Peter will be keeping company with someone, setting up for himself.
Get along with you. It's as likely as not. Though there is plenty of time for that, my dear. But however, and whenever, we must part from one another. I'm sure none of us will ever forget poor Tiny Tim, shall we?
Never,
Never. Tiny Tim. Thy childish essence was from God. And let us always think of Tiny Tim and Christmas. Christmas, whose happy founder was a child himself. And I am happy. I am very happy.
Oh, Spirit, I feel as if the journey is drawing to an end. I don't know how I know, but who was that man who was spoken so poorly by others upon his death?
Answer me one question. Are these the shadows of things they will be? What are the shadows of things that they be? Men's courses must derive certain ends to which they may lead, but if the courses have departed from the ends, will it change? Say it is so with what you showed me.
I promise to become a better man. I will be a different man than what I was. Why show me this if I am beyond all hope? Oh, Spectre, your better nature intercedes with me and pities me. Show me that these paths may change. I will live with Christmas in my heart and honor it all day long. I will live with the spirits of past, present, and future and learn the lessons that they will leave. Oh, please let me do anything to stop the sweat from this stone. I'm here. I'm here. I don't know how I did it. Oh, those ghosts. I don't know how long it's been, how many days it's been, if it's been a month, but I feel light as a feather. I feel as happy as a baby. I'm as giddy as a drunken man. I'm as happy as a newborn. Merry Christmas! Oh, Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Oh, come! Whoa, what day is it today? I've got to find out. Judgment! Judgment! Ding dong, ding dong. Hey, boy! What day?
Why is Christmas Day?
It's Christmas Day! They did it! They did it! I don't know how they did it, but the ghosts, they can do anything. Oh, hello!
Hello.
My boy, do you know the poulterers down the block?
I should hope I did.
The one with the big prize turkeys. Not the small prize turkey, but the big prize turkey.
What? The one as big as me?
What an intelligent young man, a bright young man. Yes, my young buck.
It's hanging there now.
Oh, is it? I want you to go and buy it.
Take a walk.
Stop! I'm in earnest. I want you to go and buy it. And I want you to bring it to the Cratchit house. Eh? And if you come back in less than 5 minutes, I'll give you half a crown. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful morning!
Mrs. Scrooge, what are you doing outside? You're not sure you're gonna catch us. Oh,
I just bought a turkey.
what are you talking about?
Mrs. Dimmer!
When I came in and you weren't in your bed, I feared the worst.
What are you doing? What blasted, idiotic, infernal miser makes his person of his own employ work on Christmas Day?
Is this a trick question, sir?
Oh, Mrs. Dimmer, I want you to take the day. Take 2 days and have a very Merry Christmas and accept as a gift a raise in your salary.
Oh, Master Scrooge, I don't know what to say. Thank you, sir.
Oh, Merry Christmas! What glorious sounds as ever they may be. Merry Christmas! Oh, gentlemen! You did such good work yesterday. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you.
Mr. Scrooge?
Yes, that is my name, and I know it might not sound good to you, but I have changed. Gentlemen, I'd like to make a donation in the amount of...
Oh, Lord, bless me, Mr. Scrooge, are you serious?
I am. Will you come by tomorrow?
Yes, sir, I don't know what to say to such a...
Say yes, you'll come by tomorrow and
We
see me.
will.
Oh,
Thank
Merry
you, sir.
Christmas. May I say it 50 times? Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Oh, my boy. Oh, my dear Mr. Nick, I am so sorry. Can you please accept, and may I come to dinner on this Christmas Eve?
Yes, yes, of course, Uncle Scrooge. You are more than welcome to
Thank
come.
you so
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas! Cratchit! Cratchit, why were you not work today?
It's Christmas Day.
Young man, I will tell you this for the last moment time. If you do not get here, I am going to raise your salary! Yes, Bob, I am going to make a Christmas gift and raise your salary, and may you have the merriest of Merry Christmas ever. And this young man, oh young man, I would like, if you'll let me, Tiny Tim, to be a friend to you and help you grow up big and strong in all the days. May I do so?
God bless you, sir.
Bless us, everyone!
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.